welcome to the last day of the best gift. The first piece that we've got is The Gift That Keeps, written by Jake, HART, and performed by Samantha PEARS.
The greatest gift I ever got was a broken heart. Didn't know at the time, but now it's in my guts. Always hurts, but it helps sometimes. To know love when I see it and tell me to run from you in the middle of dinner. Never would have done that a few years ago. The romantic part of me would have said it was fine and tried to get lost in you. I did, for a while. I wasn't trying to stop a good thing, it's just these days I know it'll never last. So I made the most of it. Felt like a holiday. I got there and you saw the sights, the pretty dress and the nice flat. I ignored how your lipstick kept sticking to your glass and I smiled. Then I started peeking around corners no one else sees. Nothing major. Not yet, at least. Just hints at what I could fall for. The snort in your laugh. That sort of anxious confidence, like you're scared in an interview yet rocking it at the same time. How you smiled just wide enough to let me see your crooked tooth. How you made that sexy, I'll never know. My hand was electric by the time you touched it. I knew this was the moment. The edge to tip off of and tell you everything. I almost ran then. I've been here before and had my heart broken. More than all the other women she was seeing put together. But then I looked into your eyes and said to myself, this isn't Ava. If she's all I see, my heart will always be broken. Something about that made things easy. No matter how blunt I spoke, I knew it was headed somewhere hopeful. I hoped. Then you said all anyone wants to hear. I've been there. Something honest entered the room. The mask slipped and I saw a woman who knew what an affair feels like. That's when I ran. Because I knew no matter how mature you'd become, I knew you could lie. You're not Ava, but she's in you. I can't lie and fall in love at the same time, but if you wanted me enough, you could convince me. I have no intention of pretending anymore. I need to find something real. And now I know how.
The next thing that we've got coming up is the best gift that I've received with CHLOÉ WIPRAECHTIGER, REECE, MORANT, and MATILDA HOFBERG.
The best gift I've ever received is absolutely my little white tiger, Tigro.
So last year, me and one of my friends went to Malawi for a month. And at the end of it, one of our students who we were teaching came up to us and gave us this card which stated how they've gotten into their first choice of secondary school because of us. And so thinking about it now, that was probably the best gift I've ever received, ever.
Okay, so the best gift I've ever had was when I was probably 4 years old. I got like a really small pink cook, and there was a chicken roasting in it, and somehow I found that like fascinating. When I was 4, I was obsessed with that small cook. And yeah, now I can't even cook at all, and I don't really eat chicken. But yeah, at the time, that was the best.
And lastly today, we've got a little cheeky excerpt from my podcast, The Isolation Diaries. I do it every week on a Friday at 5 o'clock. You can catch it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube at The Isolation Diaries with me, Lewis Snell. So I hope you enjoy it and have a great week. You know what we do need to talk about? Drag Race. That's a quick little moment we need to talk about. Drag Race, what's everyone's thoughts on it? What's everyone's opinions? I'm really loving it. My miscongeniality of this year is definitely Heidi in the closet. Or Jan, one of the two, but I think it will definitely be Heidi. We've honestly some great contestants this year. Obviously, this week just gone, we just had the double save, which doesn't happen very often. But honestly, like, they both came through in that lip sync. So, you know, it's kind of wild. But I want to know everyone's winners. So if you have a thought of who you think is going to win Drag Race this year, let me know. You can DM me on my socials. I'm at the Lewis Snell everywhere. Let me know your thoughts. But my winner, I think, this year is probably, you know what, I really love Crystal Method. I love Jada. To be fair, I love all of them, and I think they're all going to do really well, so I don't think I can pick, really. Jan was my winner, but obviously, Jan got sent home. Sad times. But yeah, it's been a really good season. And they had Digital Drag Con this weekend just gone as well, which I've just caught up with because it's now on their YouTube, so that's been really fun to watch. I absolutely am just such a big fan of Drag Race. I was talking about it last night on an Instagram live. It's so cool. But yeah, so that's been happening. I can't remember if I said last week, but I'm going to start doing Couch to 5k. Ooh, bit daunting. Had to get closer to the mic to say that. But yeah, the extension, I hope, is going to carry on. I know it sounds stupid because everyone's like, I can't cope living indoors. But the UK, I don't think, is fit enough to be, you know, easing no restrictions. People can disagree with me. That's so fine because everyone's allowed their opinions. But I think we need to continue this lockdown for a bit longer until everything is totally okay. Because otherwise we're just going to get like a second peak of drama. But anyway, this podcast isn't to talk about political shit. This is to talk about good things and positive things and whatnot. But it's really bugging me because I was going to say something earlier on. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I'll talk about it another time. But this week, I wanted to talk about body positivity and kind of keeping that mentality within isolation. I'm going to be really honest. I mean, I'm quite honest in these podcasts anyway, but it's been something that I've struggled with quite a lot, I think. Only because like we're indoors and there's kind of like no escape from kind of having them bad demons kind of come back into your mind. But I definitely feel like I've managed to find ways to kind of conquer that, and I thought I'd bring some of that to the table today. I mean, none of what I say is like not proved, but like certified ways that will help. I'm in no means a specialist in this. This is just ways that I find help me, and maybe it might be able to help you guys a little bit. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's start off with like how I've kind of felt over the past kind of 7 weeks being in isolation. I mean, I've always been someone that's kind of struggled with body positivity in my kind of teen years, in like upper school and middle school, and it was something that I always struggled with, kind of like accepting the body that I'm in and being happy with who I am and with how I look. And I think there's just like I don't know, like I think there's just so many expectations, do you know what I mean, to how you look. But I don't think it really, you know, you've got to just find that positivity within. So I thought, let's give you some tips, because I've been kind of like in a bit of a down spiral. Does that make sense or no? But like I've been having like a lot of like negativity kind of